Hi, this is Metal Steve, and welcome to my planet. Uh, how to put this? Yeah, welcome to my planet sounds pretty accurate. Alright, we, uh, we're not alone. I just saw proof of something red and spinning, like rotating, accelerating as it exits the solar system. Like you might just say, "Yeah, man, that's Photoshop," but I don't think so. I don't think so, and that tears it. Welcome to my planet. It had a yellow sun. We Where I come from, we thought it would be cool to meet some space aliens. We had a moon that actually looked kind of like a face when it was full, like the man in the moon. We had a moon landing. We had a couple of moon landings. We didn't shoot a freaking golf ball up there, though. We, uh, we had recordings that, other than degradation, didn't change over time. We had, we were barely getting into radio in the 1930s. We were barely getting into 3D film, 3D animation in the late 1990s. 3D film itself was a bit of a thing for the IMAX. And then it became more mainstream in the 2000s with the Bay Formers or Michael Bay Transformers, however you want to put them. We had the word bar on our Heath bars. It didn't just say Heath. What else did we have? We had a knockdown, drag out rock and roll party in the streets. I mean, you guys did for a while too, but apparently that's different now. And then you've got this alien craft or probe or space probe at least that you guys are calling Oumuamua. And it is definitely not a it is definitely not a comet or a meteor. It picked up speed as it left. It's under some kind of guided control. So, you guys actually have space aliens. I hope they're friendly. That would be awesome. That would be awesome if they were friendly. Or at least not hostile. That would be pretty cool, man. Because I always used to think it would be cool to bump into aliens too. But you guys actually have space aliens now. You guys have space aliens. You guys have 3D film in the 1920s. You guys have 3D film and 3D film before what we called the talkies. The pictures with sound, the movies with sound. You now have 3D film before we did, man. That you had television, man, back when we were still listening to just radio. You had television. You had TV, man. You had robots. You had robots. We had robots. We started to get robots in the 90s. I remember that. You had robots a long time before then. We had robots in the 90s. You guys, I mean, you guys have, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It has been a journey. Yeah. Where we come from, our skulls had big old holes in the eye sockets. Big ones. Apparently yours don't, and you're used to it. That threw me a little. No, man, big holes. Big holes. And it wasn't just people's skulls that had the big holes in the eye sockets too. There were a bunch of animals that had big holes. Big holes. Big holes. All right. So I'm like, what? Hold on. That one put me back a pace. All right. Now, it's a couple other things. There's a couple other things, dude. Apparently Hi-Yo Silver makes sense to you. A lot of you. Hi-Yo Silver makes absolutely no sense to me at all. None. Zero. None at all. And apparently Grill plus Bar makes a little sense to me, but I always remember Bar and Grill. And that's how it was where I'm at. And you guys had Bar and Grill. You guys still have some Bar and Grills, but a lot of them are now Grill plus Bar. I remember the pizza place in Collegeville being called the big one, the real popular one in Collegeville, being called Marzalla's. You can't find anything about Marzalla's. You know what you find now? You find Marzella's, and you find that it was never Marzalla's. It was Marzella's. So we had Marzalla's pizza, and you had Marzella's pizza, also extraordinarily popular in the area. So you guys had a really nice pizza place called Marzella's, and we had a really nice pizza place called Marzalla's. All right. We, where I'm from, this is gonna knock you over if you're not prepared for it. Where I'm from, we had classic rock, and it was just like classic rock. It was 70s, 60s, 70s, early 80s rock. And it didn't change. It new other rock didn't become automatically classic rock. We had classic rock, and then we had another thing called classic alternative rock. It was a separate genre. And sometimes, very, 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 very seldomly, big hits from alternative rock would leak into the classic rock genre on request, but it wasn't played in the normal playlist. But now it's in classic alternative rock is part of classic rock now. And it's getting more and more in. And now classic rock sometimes can be from the 2000s without it automatically sounding like just classic rock, like the hair bands in the 90s. Some of them are classic rock because the way they sound, they fit the sound. Like like the band Slaughter barely qualifies as classic rock, even though they went into like 90. Oh, they went all the way up into like 96, I think. I don't remember exactly. I haven't. All I have is Slaughter's Mass Slaughter, the Best of Slaughter on an old CD that I picked up. I haven't really gotten that deep into Slaughter, but I think they went up to 96, 97. But they're considered classic rock. We would have pardoned some of it. Where I'm from, some of their songs would have got in. Their early stuff would have got in. Because it still sounded like classic rock. I mean, it was cheesy, but it's still classic rock. We would have let some of it in. Which brings me to another thing. There's apparently a 1970s band called Trickster. I'm still learning